Over the last couple of weeks, we made 13 of the 100 recipes in Third Culture Cooking by Zaynab Issa. 6 mains, 5 sides, 1 dependency, and 1 dessert. Most dishes took around 40 minutes, made 4 servings, and our average cost was $5.08 per serving. For those of you who are new here, there are basically 4 rules to a Cult Flav cookbook review. 1, we both read the entire book cover to cover. 2, we make at least 10% of the recipes following them as precisely as humanly possible. 3, if we can, we'll sit down with the author to chat about the writing of the book and what we encountered in the process of testing it. 4, we tell you what we think about it. These are strictly our own opinions after spending time with these cookbooks. We are entirely community supported, so we don't take money or anything else from anyone to cover their books or promote them or anything like that. We're just 2 home cooking enthusiasts who want to make better, more trustworthy reviews for other home cooks. If that's something you're into, good news. We've got a whole community over at cultflav.com where you can hang out with other home cooks and share your own recipes, reviews, and whatever else you're excited about. Everything we make is free and available to everyone, and we don't put any ads on our content because we personally think ads suck. So if you're into that sort of thing, we just ask that you consider helping us make this sustainable by subscribing for only $20 a year. Not a month, a year. Which literally just helps us keep doing this thing full time so we can make more nice things for everybody. A huge thank you to the 2,000 of you who got us to 25% of our yearly goal in just over a month. We've got a little ways to go, but it's actually starting to look like we can make it. If you want to help us make more independent reviews for home cooks, you can sign up at cultflav.com/subscribe. Back to Third Culture Cooking, this is recipe developer, food editor, and content creator Zaynab Issa's debut cookbook. You may know her work from New York Times Cooking, Bon Appetit, Food 52, BuzzFeed, King Arthur Baking, The Kitchen, and her own TikTok, Instagram, and Substack, where she goes deep on everything from recipe development and plating to travel and fashion. But the title of this book, Third Culture Cooking, refers to a common shared identity for children of immigrants. The first culture is the one their parents immigrated from, the second is the one their parents immigrated to, and the third culture is this mixed liminal identity somewhere in between the two. As a child of Khoja immigrants from Tanzania to New Jersey, Zaynab sets out to share her unique third culture lens with us through this book, which she calls a memoir, but of her memories of food. About a month before we started this full review, we gave it a first look and both came away impressed with 3 dishes that were all smashes. So we kicked off our week with high expectations and a recipe that had been stuck in the back of our minds for weeks: tortellini and preserved lemon brodo, a simple Italian classic with a unique twist. For some acid and a little spice, we paired it with the arrogant tomato toast. Roll day 1. It's day 1 cooking out of Third Culture Cooking by Zaynab Issa. We are kicking off the week with the arrogant tomato toast and the tortellini and preserved lemon brodo.
We did a first look at this book maybe a month ago now, and that preserved lemon brodo is something I've been so curious about. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and I've had tortellini sitting in the freezer, unused for this reason.
So we're making it today.
It was time. So that's why it's the first one on the list.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's get cooking. Wow.
Wow. I want to be on the toast, I think, since you're so interested in the tortellini.
Your pan?
Thank you. My pan. Everything in the arrogant toast recipe is, you can sub.
It's altable.
Yeah, all of it
Subbable.
is altable. You don't have za'atar, use curry powder or another ground spice.
Well, the photo actually uses one of the subs, which is cherry tomatoes, which she talks about in the head note as being like a good alternative in the winter, which I think is perfectly good advice.
We got our sourdough, we've got our za'atar. That's close enough.
Do you mind if I slice your tomatoes for you?
No.
Thick cut heirloom or beefsteak tomato slices. So I'm gonna go somewhere around there. That feels thick enough to me.
She says, be generous with salt on tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomatoes love salt.
Right.
And I agree.
She does call for minced garlic, and I'm using a crusher because who has time to mince garlic? But also, it won't make a difference in the final product.
Okay, those are all the ingredients, aside from the salt and pepper, that we need for the tomato toast. She has 8 cups of drinkable chicken broth.
Yeah, I'm reading that not as like potable, but like worth drinking.
Yeah.
And I think that is an excellent note that maybe shouldn't be required. Like I wish more people would care about their
Well,
like,
she says
stock.
she uses chicken bouillon cubes.
Yeah, because they're halal, which makes sense. But like strong chicken broth is like the flavorful is how I'm reading that really.
I'll grate some Parmesan for you.
Oh, thank you.
Gotta do a quick cheese taste test. Brad, do you want to try the cheese? Can I use one of these?
Yeah. I always find it a fucking nightmare to get a lemon out of one of these jars. Unless you pierce it. Thinly sliced, seeds removed. All right. That, I've got my garlic, my chicken broth's on the stove, and then everything else is for serving. I just need some butter.
Whoa. Is that all we need for prep?
Yeah.
I think when your pasta is going in, then I'll start.
When my pasta's going in, it's 3 minutes from being served. You should just start
I'll
it.
start.
Yeah.
All right, time to cook. Let's do this.
So you brown your butter with the preserved lemons in it, which I think is a pretty cool solution. We've got so much salt content in these, so drawing that out and building our seasoning base on there is gonna be pretty nice.
Add our spices.
Oh, it smells incredible. The lemon and the garlic together, hell yeah. And then za'atar.
Do I fry both sides? Probably, right?
So that was 50% store-bought, 50% homemade stock. The homemade stuff was like very flavorful, and the store-bought stuff we got was pretty solid too. Might just need a little seasoning. All right, and we're already up to a boil, so pasta's going in. Yeah. I'm gonna stir these so that the Parmesan doesn't gloop together.
Done. All right, let's set it up.
Ooh, hot, 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 hot. Ow, that sucked. Okay.
That was so easy.
Yeah, which I mean,
I love a good easy meal. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
see, we'll see. Okay, soup first, because I think that's gonna be
Yeah.
the thing to go bad first. Mushy.
okay, we need salt. 1 second. The pasta is essentially unseasoned, and once the butter and everything got into the broth, once the broth wasn't standalone, it lost a lot of its saltiness.
It's nice and lemony though.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lemon, the butter, and the very faint chicken stock, but I taste mostly like lemon and butter.
Much improved with just a little salt. He's like,
You got
What?
more cheese over there?
yeah, my new best friend Parmesan. I can smell it.
If I were sick and someone
Yeah.
wanted to make me something that's like cozy and comforting and just like chill, this would be it.
Yeah, it's very casual, but it's also very cozy. This feels very polished for the amount of effort put in. The preserved lemon adds like a little sophistication in some ways. Like it adds the depth that only something preserved really can, or like fermented,
Totally. Sweet-ish acid
and salty.
and salty.
More importantly, in my opinion, like the lactic acid, like you can't get that instantly.
Right.
So the fact that that's present makes it feel like the whole dish is a little bit more composed.
It does need quite a bit of salt on its own just for everything to like sing.
I think if there was a step to salt the broth before you started the tortellini, which may not be required for all tortellini, but like salting pasta water, right?
Yeah, right,
You don't want it quite that salty, but you need a little more seasoning.
right.
And that way it would make it into the tortellini, I think. Because the tortellini is like a void flavor-wise, because there's no salt inside it.
That's good though.
Do you want to try this toast?
Yeah, let's try the toast. There's so much oil just like dancing on the top of this tomato.
Dancing, she says. Poetic.
Skating on the top.
I mean, I'm fine with dances.
So simple.
It's a nice summery side.
Yeah. The za'atar is a nice,
Time?
kind of like, yeah, thyme, like a green brown flavor. Some nice acid from the tomato. The salt is nice with the tomato. The labne, it's just a different type of acid.
Yeah, it's
so you're getting
lactic.
like more of a lactic-y acid. It's tasty. If you like tomato sandwiches, then this is a tasty tomato toast. Honestly, this is something that I would eat for like a lunch. Again, if I like didn't have a ton of time, but I wanted to eat something that was like tasty, I'd probably make this for lunch.
It's really nice. The sourdough has like yeasty lactic acid too.
There are a bunch of different layers of acid. And then you get a little nuttiness if you get a hit of sesame.
A little messy.
A little messy.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really good pairing. I feel like it's a couple of very simple dishes that meld well in terms of the types of acid they've got, the flavor balance.
They're both really cozy too.
Yeah, but the tortellini and brodo is like a different type of cozy.
Right.
It's like warm, soothing cozy, and the tomatoes like bright, crunchy. Like it's more texturally interesting and a bit more intense flavor-wise, which is nice. They're mellow, but they're not dull, which is an interesting balance to strike.
If we had started dating and I wanted to make you something that was like nice but simple, this is probably what I would do. Like, I don't want to put in that much effort to feed you, but I do want it to make it seem like I put a lot of effort into feeding you.
Well, when we started dating, I was 17. I would have been impressed.
Okay, rating.
I would happily eat both of these again. I
Yeah,
don't think I would beat down any doors for either of them.
No.
But I think it's a smash.
These you could keep in your back pocket. Soothing smash.
It sounds like a Pokemon move.
For day 2, we once again really fixated on a single recipe, the Chevro Chips. And the black bean smash burger seemed like a perfect pairing for some spicy, fragrant potato chips. Here comes day 2.
It is day 2, cooking out of Third Culture Cooking by Zaynab Issa. And today we're looking at another recipe I've been so excited about, Chevro Chips. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It is potato chips with curry leaves and a few other bits and bobs that sound delicious.
Sounds great.
And then black bean smashed burgers, which also look excellent. I love the description of the method. I'm very excited to see how it plays out.
Yeah, let's get cooking. We'll start prepping the smash burger first.
Yeah, it's gonna take way longer.
I don't know how I'm gonna get 2 tablespoons. Oh, there it is.
This needs to be cut into 8 pieces. These are gonna be some thick pieces of cheese. If I cut them all this way, they're that thick. That's a little more tenable for melting, I think, but it's the same amount of cheese. You know what I mean? Coarsely mashed, just a reminder.
I'm coarsely mashing.
Just reminding.
Oh, I know what a coarse mash is, Bryn. Don't you worry.
It's rustic, baby! 80 grams of plain breadcrumbs is half a cup. That sounds wrong to me. Let's find out. That is a cup and a half. So this is just under half a cup, and then there's more than that left, just for clarity.
Let's start with the smaller amount and then go from there if we think it needs it.
I like a lot of shreddis, but I think we can break this up and set it aside. Thin or thick tomatoes?
I like thinner tomatoes on my burgers.
Yeah, okay. I think we're good to go. Time to work on the Chevro chips. 1 green bird's eye chili, thinly sliced. We may only have red ones. They're gonna be slightly milder.
She does say you can also use serrano and jalapeno if you can't find it, but I think
Oh, she might mean the larger ones.
this will be okay.
Yeah. Curry leaves. They're like very bitter at first and then like a big pop of acidity. And they're the best, especially fried, which is what we're doing here. Should I have washed them before I put them on the cutting board? Yes. Did I know? Now I like to freeze these guys and use them in tadkas, but they are definitely like better fresh than frozen, but frozen is better than dried. I think everything goes in together, right? Yes, correct.
We're nice and fragrant.
I think it's important not to add too much clove because that is a deeply overpowering flavor. We got black mustard. 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric. 1/2 teaspoon of citric acid.
This has to rest before I can add it to the mixture anyway, so I'm kind of at
An impasse.
a pause.
1/4 teaspoon. This is about ready to go in, so it's gonna take only a couple minutes to come together.
She calls out that if you don't have citric acid, you can use lemon too.
I am surprised that you put the potato chips in a large bowl instead of like putting it in here and then like
Oh yeah,
shaking
that would
it.
be interesting.
Stir to combine and pour over the chips. Sprinkle with the sugar and toss vigorously. Oh, I put the sugar in there. Gonna get a little caramelization. Swirl to coat, cover and cook. All right. It's a good reason to cover it because the seeds will explode.
Yep.
All right. You can really smell the curry leaves.
Are you just gonna do it in the bag?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what we were talking about,
the
right?
bag isn't gonna like melt?
You think the bag is gonna melt?
I don't
All
know.
right.
Doesn't it have like a plastic lining?
Okay, I think dump it.
The whole thing?
Yeah. I was just thinking like walking taco type
Yeah,
thing.
no, but I'm worried about the inside of this bag.
All right. Coward. I think the sweetness and the acidity are more or less where I want them. It's slightly tangy, but not like overwhelming. You should try it. I'm not sure where I want to land on the sourness, but I think the sweetness is doing its job, which is basically taking the bitter edge off the seasoning.
It's got a nice kick. Oh, hi. I think those will taste nice with the burger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's add the grated cheese. All right, onions. I'm gonna add the onions in now. I don't know. They're sticky for sure, but I think they'll smoosh better if they're like less dry. Yeah, that feels more like it's gonna hold a squish.
Great. Do you want to use more of it?
Yeah, I do kind of want to use a little more. Should we just add the rest? Bucket. So this is the weight amount.
This is the weight amount. So we start with the volume amount.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll hold really well. Yeah. How many is that? 4?
Yep. Do they feel burgery?
Yeah.
During our Smash Burger series, people kept asking me what this thing was. And it is a Kuchen Profi meat tenderizer, but it's smooth on the bottom. You just smack meat with it. And it's a great burger smasher.
Oh, wow. You did a pretty good job of getting 4 inches.
I know, 4 inches like the back of my...
Okay, so these are supposed to cook until they're deeply browned underneath.
Anxious about the thickness of these slabs of cheese, but I might just tear them up so that they're easier to...
Trust the process.
I never have before, why start now?
Try it. Try it the way that's written first.
Okay. Trust in the process. That one's the warm one, so that one's for you.
Okay. Build the birds. Don't forget to salt the tomato. Glam shot.
You built it on the wrong side.
Oh no, did I? Let's move it all over one. I think it's just that one that I built on the wrong side. Are you ready to get turmeric all over your fingers? Because I am.
What do you think my yellow shirt's for?
Yeah, good idea. Burger first?
Sure. We've already had some of the chips, so.
Squish it.
It's soft, but like decent texture.
It's spicy.
The outside crust is pretty good.
Yep.
Very heavy on the chipotle, so that's most of the flavor you're getting. Chipotle mayo is one of the easiest ways to add a lot of flavor really quickly.
Yeah, spicy beans.
Mhm.
Actually, you don't even really taste bean flavor. It's just like
It's smoky.
smoky, beany, spicy. As far as a vegetarian burger goes, though, this is really good.
Yeah.
I would be happy to make this for a friend. I think the only thing I would do next time is let the cheese melt a little bit longer and let it like drip down the side so that you get like a nice crispy, cheesy layer.
Like a skirt.
Like a skirt, yeah.
I've had a lot of like pre-pattied black bean burgers and I've never enjoyed them. This
Yeah.
one is like totally different.
I think the addition of the cooked onion and garlic is really helpful too. It doesn't give it like textural contrast, but it gives it more,
Depth.
yes, depth. And salting those tomatoes, man, goes a long way. Man, you eat so fast.
I got a big mouth.
Okay. Chips. What do we think? Crispy.
Going a little heavier on the citric acid, which she like leaves room to like add sugar, salt, or citric acid to taste. That extra tang, just like it makes me salivate so much, and like all the flavors are like intensified, even though it's not necessarily a salt. This is so good.
It just adds more, complexity to the traditional kettle chip. Sour, sweet, and then that
Bitter.
mustard. Yeah, there's like a little bit of bitter.
Well, the fennel's giving bitter, the coriander's giving bitter, but like citrusy, and then the curry leaf in
leaves.
particular, which so aromatic. Like I've been smelling curry leaves the whole time we've been sitting here. I wish they were more widely available in the U.S. because they're such a great ingredient.
I bet you could do it without the curry leaves.
This actually, like it maintained its crisp so well. This would be a great like party dish that you could take somewhere pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not difficult. It just like elevates something that's like off the shelf. It's giving like Sandra Lee semi-homemade kind of vibes, but like taken to another level.
Yeah. This is very good.
What a great pairing too.
Okay, ratings. Personally, I think smash on the chips, smash on the burger, hard smash as a combo.
This is really impressive. I think these are both hard smashes for me. I would happily eat these burgers again and again.
I think that my only hang up with the chips is that my mouth is going to get really tired of them because it's so much flavor. There's so much intensity of flavor.
I think if you just tone down the citric acid, that
I
wouldn't be
think
the
that's
case.
what it is. The citric acid is like bursting.
Fuck yes.
Oh my god. Hold on.
What?
I have a brilliant idea.
Hell yeah. There's your crisp.
There's a crisp. Let's try it. The chips in the burger.
I got some of like the mayo leakage on my plate and I put it on a chip and it was delicious. So I bet that's gonna be great.
Hell yeah. Give that a try.
I'm gonna go make another one.
Now it's the perfect burger. Day 3 brought us to an old favorite, buffalo wings, but again with a twist, and that twist is called tandoori masala. For those of you unfamiliar, masala just means spice mix, and tandoori masala is a spice mix specifically for grilling chicken. And even if you've never heard of it, it's also commonly used in butter chicken and chicken tikka. So there's a good chance you know what it tastes like. To go with it, we chose the coconutty corn, which Zaynab recommends as a great side for a barbecue. Easy. Here's day 3. It's day 3, cooking out of Third Culture Cooking by Zaynab Issa. Today, we're making the coconutty corn.
Exactly what it sounds like on the tin.
Yep. With the red hot tandoori wings. And with those wings, we're going to be making the white sauce. Let's get cooking. Tandoori wings prepped first, right?
Yep. These are gonna get flipped halfway through, so I don't really have to care about which side is up. I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes and then check them. Oh, there's a baking sheet in there from yesterday. Set a timer for 15 minutes for the wings. I'll get the coconutty corn going. One and 3/4 teaspoons Diamond Crystal kosher salt. Just let me salt to taste. I think that's it. There's that and the coconut milk. Yeah, cool. Set a timer for 15 minutes for the corn.
Are you making the white sauce now?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you're really cruising through it.
There's not much to do. Beautiful. It said cover, but it also said that the liquid needs to be thick and saucy, so I'm gonna uncover it at this point. Hopefully that works well.
What else do we need?
We need to make the hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
Set a timer for 20 minutes for wings. I'm just gonna keep letting this go like it is because we want that sauce to thicken up a little bit. She says to use a small skillet for this part, but ours is dirty, so I'm gonna use a saucepan.
Oh my God. Can I twist this off?
Yep.
Watch as it just dumps out. So this part's good.
Yeah, you're gonna need a whisk. All right, we're ready to go here. Are you ready to whisk, ma'am?
Ready.
And the goal is to emulsify it.
The vinegar from the hot sauce really hits you right in the nose.
Hot vinegar is intense. The corn is so good. I just wish it would thicken up. It might be that I like overdid the coconut milk, or that I had the lower fat coconut milk because it had already been in the fridge, so the fat might have solidified. We're just like on a bad corn streak.
We are on
Our corn reduction is not going great. All right, we're now separating, so it's not going to get any thicker.
Damn it.
Am I going with cornstarch is the question. To just solidify it so it doesn't split.
You could try it. You can see it separating.
That's half the starch. Do you mind helping me scoop this out?
I see
We're
some
definitely there.
blackened
Yeah, we're
spots.
great. That's good.
This looks like a cheese glove type job. Cheese glove opportunities.
Stand back. This is my time to shine. Oh, look at me go. Oh, that vinegar smell.
Hot, hot vinegar.
How do we feel?
Great.
Nice and coated?
Pop them on. These are really ugly.
Yeah, they are. That's a frozen naan for you. Don't worry, we're gonna cover them up with a crap ton of wings. Trust the process, trust the process.
It's gonna look like shit in the glam shot too.
I think we do wings first.
After you, ma'am.
Let's see. You're an animal. It's been so long since we've had wings too. You dump the whole thing in. Like that.
Hell yeah.
Let me get my bearings. There's a lot going on here. That glutamate comes through. So it does taste like the color red.
What does that mean?
It's like tomatoey.
Oh, I see.
It's like tomatoey. It's acidic, slightly spicy. Not too spicy.
It is very mild. I think we could have done a spicier tandoori masala, but
Yeah.
still solid. You get a little bit of that buffalo coming through. Not a ton, not overwhelming. I mean, it's butter chickeny, I would say. Like tandoori masala is also known as tikka masala. This is given a little bit tikka masala. But I mean, it's so, there's a reason that's so popular, right?
Yeah. It's so tasty. With this yogurty white sauce too. Garlicky, yogurty, punchy. I think it just pulls it all together really nicely. It's a little bit like
Raita.
yeah, a little bit like raita, but if you had like wings and like blue cheese, it's giving like that
interesting.
combo. But
Because it's
Yogurt.
like a sour cream base kind of thing. Sour cream and mayo. But in this case, yogurt and mayo.
in this case, yogurt. These are really good. So great.
This method works really well too. They're crispy on the outside. They're very juicy on the inside. No mess. Really easy. We've done this approach before. It's not like new, but it accomplishes the like tandoori thing as well with the blistery like black spots. I'm excited to eat this naan that's just covered in sauce
I know.
and herbs.
Having the naan there to just soak up all the extra sauce.
Fantastic decision. I think a little bit of that lime juice gets lost in the sauce just
Lime
because
juice
of the
from
heat
what?
being applied. The lime juice was in the sauce. You mix it together, remember? I would like a little bit of acid back, but that's really the only thing. Maybe it makes sense to go with like a citric acid powder so it doesn't burn off because lime juice like
I don't
degrades
know.
so much
With the
under
lime
heat.
juice on the
Salad,
herb salad, I think it kind of
but the herb salad isn't on my wing.
put some of the salad on your wings.
Let's see how this naan turned out. My sloppy naan. Don't even need to dip it because it's chock full of sauce. So satisfying. So easy. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
If I watch the Super Bowl, this is the kind of Super Bowl food I would want, you know? Would you like some corn, ma'am?
Yeah, let's try some of this corn.
Would you like me to spoon you some?
Yes, please. Vibrant yellow.
Yeah. That turmeric.
That turmeric.
Mm.
Salty, coconutty corn. Little spice.
The turmeric is
But
the
it's
only
background.
the turmeric is the only flavor note I don't enjoy because turmeric is just like straight up bitter.
Yeah,
It's
you're
kind of
not
like
a fan.
chalky bitter in a lot of cases, and this is just not something where I don't think it's improving the flavor. I think it's just for color.
So salty.
I resalted it, but it could use a little bit of lemon juice. Like it already had some in. It could use a little bit more.
Maybe, yeah.
That would balance it out.
I like it though.
Yeah, it's really good and it's spicy.
Spicy.
The jalapeno has really like dissolved into the coconut milk. The starch was a good call. I think if this was too runny, you just lose a lot of the flavor. You know, with just kernels.
Yeah. I bet with fresh corn, this tastes awesome. Just be careful eating it because that turmeric will stain you.
Yeah, I wore a white shirt today, and that was when I got dressed. I was not thinking about this. Rating Sarah.
I think smash on the corn, and I think hard smash on the wings.
Yeah,
I think the corn is really good.
a little more acid. I
little more acid.
oversalted it, which probably like threw it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Would be good, but it's super tasty.
This combination is so good together, though.
Yeah. I would love to try the corn again with fresh corn, like when corn is in season. Hey, hi, can you get down? He's like, oh, you got chicken though.
He's on a jump in your lap kick lately.
Especially when there's chicken involved.
Zaynab said that the coconutty corn was a good pairing for like grilled foods, like barbecue style stuff. So I just thought they would be good together, and they absolutely are. This is like an absolute banger of a like grill recipe. I'm curious about expanding on it because like usually when we're grilling, one of our favorite sides is either esquites or what's the other one, the corn on the cob one.
Oh, elote.
Yeah, and this is like it's up there with them. Like
Yeah.
I think you could push it a little more in that fusion direction and have a great time.
I think the wings by themselves are like an excellent meal. If you didn't even
So
have the
satisfying.
corn and just
Yeah.
had the wings, I would not complain.
I would also happily like shred up a chicken and toss it in that sauce and just make a sandwich out of that.
Right?
Incredible.
We should do that for lunch. Just like break these up. Save
No,
them.
those aren't making it through
Oh,
the
those,
night.
those aren't gonna make it?
No, they're great at room temp. Like they're already cooled down and they're still fantastic. So those are gonna be
Those aren't gonna make it to tomorrow.
yeah.
Most of the book is composed of Zaynab's recipes, but every once in a while she tucks in a family recipe unmodified, which sheds a little bit of light on the various influences that shaped her approach to cooking. The fact that Zaynab hasn't tweaked them means that they're often a little bit more steppy and complex than the rest of the book, but we knew we had to try at least one, and the one that appealed to us the most is called Rumina's Kebabs and Coconut Chutney. Since those kebabs looked rich and savory, we wanted something bright and floral to pair with them and chose the fruity fattoush, which looked like a beautiful counterpoint. This meal did take a while, but it was very much worth it. Enjoy day 4. It's day 4, cooking out of Third Culture Cooking by Zaynab Issa. Today, we're making the fruity fattoush and Rumina's Kebabs and Coconut Chutney. Are you ready? Let's get cooking.
I'm gonna get some bread wet. I feel like I'm at a sports game.
Grated frozen.
Let's see how much bread I can fit under this water. Tender stems, I'm just gonna say above the twist tie. I guess I need to make some garam masala, huh? We developed a garam masala recipe for a collection of condiments we did. This one was Japanese curry themed.
But it'll do the trick.
But it's based on a whole bunch of them, from Dishoom to Madar Joffrey. Like we did a lot of research, tested a million variations, and ended up on one recipe. And it's pretty good. We tried a million garam masala recipes, and all we got was this great recipe. Is the name of the recipe, because I'm dumb. Oh, Sarah.
Ah, off by 2 grams.
So all of this was for half a teaspoon,
How much is this?
like a cup and a half.
I mean, we'll have a lot left over, so
Yeah.
maybe we can do something with it. Blend until combined. Hers looks pretty chunky, so I don't think we're going for like smooth. Mix it up a little. Wet bread. So then this can just go in the fridge until we're ready to use it.
This seems like it's gonna be a whole process. It's very hard to get the water out. I feel like I need to like set all of it aside
Like move it all off to one side of the bowl and squeeze it out into the unders. This is going great for me personally. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Did you get together this stuff?
Not all of it.
Okay. Does it all go? Well, I guess I can read.
Bread goo will be ready at 7:40. Here's a bowl for all your ingredients to go into. Salt and chili. Salt is 1 tablespoon. We're gonna use this mixing bowl for it, okay?
Okay.
Do we not have any eggs?
Oh yeah, I used the eggs.
I just didn't even think about it.
Time to run out and get some eggs, I guess.
All right, I'll go get some eggs.
It's always the things you expect to have. Hi.
Hello. This looks like it's ready except for the egg.
Except for the egg and the spices.
Oh, the spices are in the other bowl, right?
Yep.
But they all go in together.
Yep. Who knew bread could soak up so much water?
Yeah, it's real creamy in a way that is uncomfortable to me. We're gonna measure the meat straight in the bowl. So we need 1 pound for sure. Add the ground beef and use your hands or a rubber spatula to combine. Well, I'm already here. It's gonna be a texturally challenging evening for yours truly. Drain soak bread and mix again until evenly distributed and very well combined. I mean, drained soak, I don't know, this feels like it might be too wet still. I can't really tell, but it is what it is because this recipe doesn't really give signals. It's just times. So now we're until very well combined, which I think means I have to really break up the meat to get it to separate enough because it's like different densities, so they want to stay clumped.
Yeah, she says they're supposed to be really light.
They seem like they will be very light once they're fried. I feel like I'm having to get creative to get this to like bind. So like I'll find chunks and it's just like bread, meat separately. So I really want to get those.
How's that going?
I'm done, I think. All right, now we gotta build the fattoush components and then we can start frying.
Do you need to wash stuff?
Yeah. I'll be done with this salad spinner in just a second.
You just need the strawberries cleaned?
I need scallions as well. I love mint in a salad. I feel like I really should have done yellow tomatoes so that this would have more visual contrast. Please don't take our usage of this oil as endorsement. It was just what was available. Can you open the top for me? Pep me. So that's plenty. Thank you. This thing's gonna be a tangy motherfucker.
We love a tangy fattoush.
We got acid from the strawberries. We got acid from the lemon juice. We got acid from the pomegranate molasses. We got acid from the
Tomatoes.
tomatoes. We got acid from the sumac.
I think we're done with prep stuff.
It's high time for fry time. 2 to 3 inches is gonna be quite a lot of oil. It's really hard for me to like gauge the distance when it's like shimmery. So I always have to measure it, but that's like 2.5. That's like most of this gallon of oil. I need a glove just so I can like re-ballify them because they kind of collapse. That's gonna be tough to get them in there without dropping them because they're so tender that they want to like change shape. If I pull one of these, can you temp it for me?
113.
Okay, we're getting close. I'll usually go for like 145, 140, somewhere in there, because there's gonna be a lot of carryover cooking and we don't want to be too cooked in the middle.
They are pretty.
Yeah.
We are like 5 minutes out. Do you want to dress the salad?
Yeah. Just got salad all over the place. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Don't worry. That's tasty. Oh, I really ran out of steam.
Me too. It's 10 o'clock. We started at 7, but we're here now.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with the balls. Oh, yeah. The inside is so squishy.
It's like shockingly light, but also like shockingly wet.
From the wet bread?
That's a juicy meatball. It's just like super squishy. It's very much the texture of that bread that I was squishing in my hands, but now in my mouth. It's not perfect as a texture, I would say, but they are very good, especially with the chutney. The outside is super crispy though.
The chutney is spicy, coconutty.
Super lemony. So bright.
Honestly, they need it too. Like, I don't think I would serve these without
They need a lot of brightness.
something with a lot of brightness, yeah. Sorry, we're also just so hungry that if we are bad at describing the thing to you, we just need calories really quickly.
I'm definitely getting the cinnamon. I like the warming spices from the garam masala. But the salinity from the chutney is what brings it out. So you don't get much until you add that.
I'm glad she had the note of like salting the chutney to taste or using salt or lemon. Like giving you specific things to adjust was helpful. Not just salt to taste, but like, hey, you can adjust the acid or the salinity or both.
I'm really glad that these freeze well, because obviously we're not going to eat all of them. But these will be so nice to pull out and just like have as, I mean, if we have another day like this where we just forget to eat for a long time, some of these, maybe a bowl of rice, incredible. You just reheat them in the oven. You can freeze the chutney too.
You know what? Maybe bread pudding is a better way to describe this
It's
consistency.
very much bread pudding,
Yeah, savory bread pudding.
but crispy on the outside.
But yeah, the
Which I
crispiness
guess
is
bread pudding
good.
can be.
Salad time.
Wow. Just zing. We knew there was acid on acid on acid, but it really is so fruity with the pomegranate molasses and the strawberry.
The pomegranate molasses will add a lot of that like fruitiness, yeah.
I thought it was going to be like, okay, there's a little bit of fruit from the tomato and the strawberry, but this is fruity. I would say that's like the defining flavor note.
Very good. I think I would add cheese to it personally,
Ooh, interesting.
but that's just me.
Like goat cheese?
I was thinking more like those mozzarella pearls, but goat cheese could also be good.
I could see people losing their mind over this with like burrata. I think kind of the same vein. Romaine has so little flavor. So a little bit of mint goes a long way. It just stretches across the whole thing. Man.
And the cucumber too gives it a little bit of like a fresher.
Watery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a banger of a salad. Wow. I think letting the dressing sit for a while we were doing it also really helped. Like all the flavors were really melded. Because this is just like so cohesively fruity.
I like the crunchy pita chips.
The pita chips are starting to get soggy,
Yeah.
which is I think the only thing that's not right, and an obvious reason why you dress it right before you serve it. But wow. That's probably one of my favorite salads I've ever had.
It's just really nicely balanced. Like it's acidic and it's bright, but the acidity is leveled out by the different herbs and the bitterness of the romaine and the salty, crunchy of the pita. Like,
When I get a bite of strawberry, there's so much acid in that bite. It's like, oh.
yeah. It's really bright. It's really fruity, but I think that it's well balanced. Ratings.
You go first.
I think smash on the salad. Personally, I would add cheese to it, but I love cheese in salad, so that's a me thing. I don't know what I would change about, well, other than like drying out the bread a little bit more.
That's the one thing.
Yeah. But
I
it's
think
a
they're
smash.
I think they're
if,
almost perfect.
yeah, I think if it was just slightly drier on the inside, then they'd be a hard smash.
I choose to believe that that is the intention and we just didn't get there. I tried to do everything that the instructions would allow me to do to fix it. Like I knew going in, I was like, this just feels too wet. And the outcome here is still too wet. The texture's good, it's just not perfect.
Yeah.
I think I'm hard smash over here.
Your hard smash on the salad?
That might be the best salad I've ever had.
Damn.
That is outrageously good.
It is really good.
I'm such a sucker for salad with herbs and like, especially like bright acids.
There's just mint in there.
It's like where I want to live is that kind of salad, you know? Why make other salads? It just hits every note for me. I think if that texture were slightly better, that would be like, again, like perfect.
Yeah.
What a beautiful dish.
I might eat another one.
I'm so satisfied right now. I was like,
Good.
so like kind
Anxious?
of out of steam.
Because it took us a long time.
I wouldn't say I was anxious. I was just tired. It's 10. It's been a long day. And this is like bringing me back. I'm still tired, but I'm like alive.
I'm like, all right, we're cleaning up and going straight to bed. I was really on cleanup duty because I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be up for another like hour cleaning after this.
It would have been really frustrating had this not worked out. I think I might be staying up late to eat a salad.
A whole salad. This whole bowl.
That salad's gonna save my life.
Since we had already done 3 recipes in our first look, day 5 was our final day and we chose another couple of recipes we've been excited to try since we first got the book home. The gyoza with labne and chili butter, a riff on Afghani mantu, but made with Japanese freezer dumplings. And for dessert, the coconut and cardamom cake. Here's day 5.
It's day 5 cooking out of third culture cooking. And today we're doing the gyoza with garlicky. Today we're doing the gyoza with garlicky labne and chili butter and coconut and cardamom cake.
Tasty. We're gonna get started with the cake because that takes about 3 hours.
There are 2 options. There's a compote and cream option, and there is a frosting option. We are doing the frosting option.
Let's get cooking. Do you want to get together the flour and I'll start the creaming?
I'm just gonna hand it to you.
Medium speed until light and fluffy, about 3 minutes. Add an egg one at a time.
She does call for sweetened coconut, which I could not find anywhere. I found bags and bags of unsweetened coconut at every store I went to. There were like low fat versions, there were full fat versions. There was nothing sweet.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go with this. I think it's gonna be fine for our taste anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm weighing this when the container is 2 cups.
And we have to add in the oil and the vanilla and the coconut. Is that this?
Yep.
Hope that it doesn't split on us because that's a lot of fat. All right, we haven't split yet, so this is good. Oops, I spilled some of the milk. A little too gradual. I'm just gonna add in the rest of it. See if we can get there.
Famously, the best thing to do with emulsions is rush them.
Yeah. Definitely splitting.
Yep. Well, you haven't added any of the...
Dry ingredients?
Yeah, so it's not really gonna matter. Beating until incorporated. Yeah. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and mix to combine.
Okay. We'll see how it goes. We've definitely had cakes like this before where it's looked a little
Raggedy.
raggedy, little split.
Oh yeah, that looks like farmer cheese.
Full on. It looked so good until we added the milk. And then I was like, I feel like this is just too much. You're asking this to do too much.
I think we're at the point though now where it's like, if Zaynab's asking us to do something, I'd like generally trust her.
Yeah, I'm not feeling super confident about this right now. Scoop through the middle.
I mean, it looks pretty good at this point.
Okay. There we go. Bake for 45 to 50 minutes. We'll be back in 45 minutes? 45, 50 minutes?
2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours later. Cake is out. Nice and cool. So we should be able to add our buttercream without there being any issues.
I'm just making some garlicky labne for the gyoza back here while Sarah does the buttercream, and then we'll finish it up together. I'm gonna demold this quick for you.
Stuck in the corners here. Oh, so we have to let it go for about 5 minutes now?
Mm-hmm.
Did you want to do the next step in the meal?
I can. Are you saying get out of my way?
A little bit, yeah.
Listen, I'm just trying to be a team player, but if you don't want to be on my team, it's fine.
Wow, Bryn. Oh yeah, nice and fluffy. We're gonna add the heavy cream and hope it doesn't split. Smooth and spreadable. It's gonna be hard to frost the sides of this thing, but I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, sorry.
I might get this platter dirty.
That's fine. Gyoza time.
I think that's pretty good. I'm just gonna pile on this coconut because I think it needs a good amount of coconut. And again, I'm gonna make a mess. Oh, this gap is hard. We should really get ourselves like a cake platter for stuff like this. One that's meant to hold cakes. I'm gonna wipe off this counter. A little toasted coconut on a counter never hurt anybody. What can I help you with?
Nothing.
You got everything prepped and everything?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do some dishes.
All right. No wiping, apparently. You just leave
No
the
wiping.
crust in there, which is fine with me.
Cool.
We're already acceptably wilted, but I want a little bit of the butter to emulsify onto the kale leaves. There's just so much kale.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
It's gonna be a salad with dumplings under it.
Yeah.
Here we go with the chili butter.
Don't even think about it, Buster.
Okay. Clamor shot. This looks fantastic. It was so easy.
Yeah.
There's like 3 paragraphs of instructions and they're very simple.
Freezer gyoza.
These are Ajinomoto pork and chicken. She calls for beef, chicken, or vegetable. I like pork, so I got pork and chicken.
Honestly, it's salty.
I've tried all the parts, but not all together.
It's cheesy.
Wow. The mint
The mint is
is an
great.
exceptional addition. That really lands the plane. Like I'd had the gyoza and just the kale with it, and you just end up with like kind of a salty, like neutral savory vibe. The mint goes so far. The labne is great, but it's like a backing note.
Totally.
The garlic has some sharpness, but that mint is like the top note, and it's so far forward.
It's lovely.
I love it.
Yeah, I think the pine nuts specifically add a little bit of that extra like crunchy.
It's more texture than flavor for sure.
I think the kale is also a little bit of a textural play too. Because the kale doesn't really add much other than like, it's pretty salty to me.
I salted it pretty heavily.
Ah, okay.
Because I was nervous that it was just gonna be like this like big bitter component, and I wanted it to have some oomph to it, especially with the chili butter there. She calls for a pinch of salt, and I just made it a bigger pinch. That's all.
Oh, but the Labne with it too. It's creamy. It's not really spicy.
Very mild. It's Aleppo chili, which is not very strong.
Super mild, but herby, especially for like zhuzhing up freezer gyoza.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Is like
So good.
this is the
A
simplest
plus.
freezer meal, but just like cranked up.
Yeah.
It feels like going from a quick and easy meal to taking care of yourself.
It's special, but without being fussy. I'm just so impressed. I'm so impressed with freezer dumplings in this context.
I was really worried that whatever the quality of the dumplings is would really define the dish. And it's not the case at all. You kind of don't care. They're more of a
delivery service for like your protein. Yeah.
they're an easel, and the dish is built upon them. But that's not. It's not the painting. You know what I mean? I'm way more into this than I thought it would be. I thought it was gonna be good. I didn't think it was gonna be this good. I think there's so much room to play with this form factor. It's exciting to really have that spelled out for us. The gyoza aren't something I would usually think of as an ingredient so much as like a base that you're gonna dip maybe or whatever. This is just a whole different viewpoint on it that I really appreciate.
Use it as a carrier for all of this other stuff rather than the main event. I think hard smash on those, personally.
May I slice you a piece of cake, or would you like to do it?
Slice me up a piece of that cake, baby.
How big are we talking?
Give me like a little one. No, 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 no.
What's that?
Yeah, that's good. Ooh.
I love coconut.
This is coconut and cardamom cake. Pretty moist. I see what she's saying, where she's like a rhubarb strawberry compote would be really lovely with this too. Like a little bit of acid would be great.
The other recommendation. Yeah. So it's either the frosting or the strawberry rhubarb.
This is really good though.
Wow, the texture is incredible.
I mean, that's oil. I'm just happy the cake turned out.
It didn't just turn out. This might be one of the best cakes I've ever had. God, this is exceptionally good.
That's really good.
The frosting's perfect. The topping's perfect. The cake is perfect.
She was spot on with her timing too. Like 45 to 50 minutes. I think I pulled ours at like 47 minutes or something.
Your
like
timer
that.
had just gone off.
Yeah. But I think
This feels like winter mode.
yeah, with coffee especially, I think that would be perfect.
Yes.
I like that it's like a little salty too. That balances a lot of the sweetness. But cardamom is just incredible.
Coconut flavor is strong, but not overwhelming. The texture is really nice. The way it's toasted is like, you don't get too much of that chewy thing. There are little things here and there that like I would want to play with, but I think this is just about perfect as it is. Like as close as it gets to perfect. What a meal to close it out.
It's really tasty.
I thought we were just going for the easy mode.
The Zaynab goes hard, but easy.
Zaynab goes hard.
And now, after spending time with third culture cooking, we've got opinions. As always, we start with accessibility. As its name suggests, this book is all about the intersection between Zaynab's Khoja heritage and her American upbringing presented through food. And for some people, that alone might sound inaccessible simply because many Americans have never heard of the term Khoja before, so they don't know what to expect. There are many paths the Khoja diaspora has taken from their roots in South Asia to wherever they end up. No diaspora is a monolith after all, but the path Zaynab's family took is one we've heard often from Khoja Americans.
Okay, so my parents were both born in East Africa, even though they're of Indian descent. So my mom's family and my dad's family both come from like northern India, and then their families migrated to East Africa at least 4 generations back. So they've spent a lot of time there, and then they ended up moving to, my mom's family moved to London, and my dad's family moved to America. And my mom left East Africa pretty early, so her cooking was very third culture too. By the time she made it here, she was like definitely cooking more of those like British and American classics for us growing up. And then my dad has like he went to medical school in India, and he like loves Indian food. So he would eat kind of like all different regional Indian food, and my mom would cook that for him. So we had like a pretty varied palette. And I think of like Khoja food as being third culture in and of itself, because there's like the Arab, Indian, and East African flavors kind of coming together to create what is Swahili food, which kind of feels like a mix of cultures in and of itself. So yeah, I feel like that idea of third culture cooking has just been like layered through my entire life and my parents.
As with many books featuring South Asian cuisine, we were particularly worried about many people being able to find ingredients because we had so little access to them growing up in the Midwest. But we also grew up in a time before ingredients were widely available online, and even ingredients that can be tricky to find locally, like fresh curry leaves, were pretty easy to find online. However, if you really can't find an ingredient, Zaynab goes to great lengths to provide alts for just about everything that isn't specifically important. Everything in the Arrogant Toast recipe is, you can sub.
It's altable.
Yeah, all of it is
Subbable.
altable. You don't have za'atar, use curry powder or another ground spice. Here in LA, the only ingredient we couldn't track down locally was sweetened shredded coconut, and we swapped it for unsweetened with no apparent loss of quality.
This might be one of the best cakes I've ever had.
Beyond that, the techniques are clearly described, and it didn't really call for any special equipment beyond a mixer. This is also a case where a hand mixer may have been nicer than the stand mixer that we used.
It did say an electric mixer. Maybe that was the intent.
I mean, we'll still get there with this.
Right.
It's just not the most ideal setup, I don't think. The amount of effort to get great results was among the lowest of any book we've tested, but it never felt like she was cutting corners.
No mess. Really easy.
There's like 3 paragraphs of instructions and they're very simple.
This feels very polished for the amount of effort put in.
As for dietary preferences, the whole book, all 100 recipes, are halal. 66 of those are vegetarian. 36 are at least optionally dairy-free, 22 are fully vegan, and 44 are at least optionally gluten-free. Accessibility is a 10. I have to admit, this book's art gallery visual aesthetic was a bit of a turnoff for us initially because it had this kind of aloof, luxurious vibe that gave us the feeling that it's not actually meant to be touched. As usual, Zaynab had a very thoughtful explanation as to why.
Okay, so the visual design of the book can definitely come off as confusing at first, especially considering how like accessible and quote unquote normal the recipes are. But I first of all loved Graydon and Harriet's work and Pearl and Rebecca's before I even got the book deal. So I kind of had an idea of who I wanted to work with, and that was just based on my like editorial experience at Bon Appetit. All of them kind of have worked there or in that circuit. But I also wanted to like challenge the notion of how you consider these like nostalgic, traditional, like highly cultural recipes and see them in a different light and feed back into the theme of like third culture, as in like this one understood concept with another understood concept, resulting in something that's completely unique. And I think that having a more sophisticated, sharp visual for this, which is like kind of the best way to describe it, met with the recipes that are very like comforting and easily understood, and like concepts that are nostalgic, with that kind of tension that I think third culture cooking like naturally has, where it's like, I know this, I don't know this. What I get in the end is like something like magical. And I think that's what I wanted from the visuals of the book. Like I wanted them to feel simple and kind of like they could stand the test of time, just like this cooking will, just like all the third culture kids everywhere have done. Like they've persisted despite not making sense. You know what I mean? So I wanted to capture the like theme of the book in the visuals. And so if you're experiencing that tension of like, I want to understand, I want to keep looking, even though I don't get it, like that's correct.
It's absolutely a swing for the fences. And for some people, the visual tension and expensive looking visuals will be a miss. But with Zaynab's context, we definitely found a new appreciation for it. It's certainly not an aesthetic we'd expect from a book full of comfy, easy recipes, but she's at least doing that intentionally with the goal of changing those expectations.
This is really not the type of vibe I was expecting from a book that looks like that.
This book is definitely a beautiful object, and for the most part, it's easily readable too. The biggest issue we had with the very traditional recipe layout was the formatting. The mix of justified text and tight paragraph spacing for instructions looked pretty, but made it easy to get lost on some of the longer recipes. I think the dense paragraphs are just kind of sometimes hard to follow.
I agree. It's definitely like going for a very classic style. Like this reminds me a lot of Invitation to Indian Cooking,
Right.
Or even Marcella Hazan, that like style of like justified text. It's a very classic approach. I don't think it is as
User-friendly.
convenient. Yeah. It's not that anything's wrong. It's just that it's not as you
end up with like small mistakes every once in a while because you'll miss something.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
It's
that's
easy
always
to lose track.
That's always my thing. Is I'll like lose my place and then probably forget something. Like with the salt, with the onions, I was like, all right, I need to salt these onions. I need to salt these onions, and then I started reading something, completely forgot to salt the onions. And of course, our old nemesis, fractional ligature, showed up to make some measurements almost inscrutable unless you're really close. Beyond that, the design is fantastic. There are super interesting layouts for menu suggestions and a multi-page spread dedicated to choosing dishes to make by mood and amount of time you have. And she even breaks down her formatting and approach to plating and dish presentation. We love when an author puts their whole self into the design, and Zaynab definitely did that with mostly excellent results. So design gets an 8. I don't know if you noticed, but we got a 100% smash rate from both this review and our first look, and usually with far less effort than we expected. Really tasty.
I thought we were just going for the easy mode.
The Zaynab goes hard. For those of you familiar with the early Food Network, and specifically Sandra Lee's semi-homemade cooking, we really got those vibes. So we asked her if that was intentional.
Definitely just how I cook. I'm a little bit lazy, and I think those heavy hitting pantry staples like really do come through for you when you don't want to cook. And on top of that, I feel like whenever I'm talking about like unfamiliar flavors or techniques, I feel like it's really important to lean on something people like know and can trust. And those pantry staples are a lot of times the thing that'll make someone feel like, okay, I know that I can do this. Even if you don't know the technique or the ingredient list, something being familiar is enough to like bridge that gap and make people feel like they can do whatever task you've asked them to. So I think the pantry staples ingredient wise definitely help to do that. And then otherwise, like, I mean, the Food Network bit is undeniable. That's like completely informed my understanding of American food and like what an American classic is. So without those TV shows, like I wouldn't have understood that second culture. But yes, Sandra Lee Semi Homemade was always like, I mean, she was just smart, and she was cooking for like a busy like American family, and it wasn't what my family looked like, and my mom certainly wasn't like doing the semi homemade tricks, but it fits for my life, so I'm always going to take the shortcut when I can.
A bunch of these recipes have already made it into our rotation, and a few were among the best versions of a dish we've ever tried. The wings, that coconut and cardamom cake, the Chevro Chips, the black bean burgers, the fattoush, all absolutely incredible.
That might be the best salad I've ever had.
Damn.
That is outrageously good.
There's just no way flavor could be anything but a 10. Besides the design, the writing is the only other place where we have complex opinions. Zaynab calls us a memoir in her intro, but it covers so much beyond that, and I think that's to its benefit. There was one piece, a full 2-page spread on diamond crystal kosher salt, that didn't quite land for us, mostly because the argument felt underdeveloped, and we think she could have made a more compelling case with the amount of space. But for everything else, it just felt like she was taking the opportunity to share little bits of the things she thinks about when cooking. If you want to learn about how she thinks about food styling, she's got you. If you want help planning a larger meal, she's also got you. If you want a new way to think about the definition of American cuisine, she's really got you.
I mean, I think of America, my parents are immigrants. I think of America as a place that's been like shaped by immigrants for generations. And I think that naturally that informs culture. So all of the immigrants, whether they're Italian immigrants, Irish immigrants, in my case, East African and Indian immigrants, all of those people coming together in this place is informing culture, and food is such a huge part of culture. So I think of America through and through as a third culture nation.
It's hard to argue against the fact that America's culture, especially its food culture, has largely been defined by immigrants. But she doesn't stop at just talking about it. She intentionally preserves culture by sharing recipes from the people who helped mold her approach to cooking. But Zaynab then directly advances the culture by riffing on those recipes to make them suit her current context and then sharing them.
When it came time to talking about my story and my cooking, I like couldn't think of a way to talk about it and contextualize it, like contextualize that like first culture that was informing the third culture other than like through their stories and their recipes. So I took the head notes to kind of explain the recipe, but also like who that person was to me. And then I also wanted to pick recipes that where you could kind of see through lines through the other dishes. So like the tomato nusag, for example, which is my grandmother's recipe, you'll see a recipe for tomatoes and eggs, which kind of references back at like that dish. And so you can see that. And then the coconutty corn, you could see that in my mother-in-law's kukupaka. Like these are ingredients and flavors that like I've grown up with and I know, and now I'm applying them in different ways. but I definitely wanted to spotlight them just because I feel like I wouldn't have my understanding of flavor or cooking at all without them. And I think it's really important to preserve that because that's the primary source. Do you know what I mean? I can cook it and I'm not the primary source. I'm always going to be adapting it, but if I can record like their method, their way, I'm like speaking from a place of knowledge and like respecting the original while iterating on it, which I think is key to third culture cooking and what like separates it from fusion cooking. It's like, okay, we're going to take the time to understand and learn where this is coming from, mention it at the very least, and like realize that we're actually extracting a lot more than just like the idea from it, you know?
That's a lot more than many authors take the time for in their cookbooks, and the reason we love books like this, where an author really goes deep on a well-developed viewpoint instead of just making a book to make a book. On the technical side, we did find a couple of spots where measurements didn't line up.
This was supposed to be a shallow fry because it said do them on both sides, but 2 to 3 inches means that they're completely covered. So it's a full-on
Deep fry.
80 grams of plain breadcrumbs is half a cup. That sounds wrong to me. Let's find out.
But it didn't really throw us off.
1 cup, 60 grams is definitely 2 cups. But I don't mind more pita chips.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it.
And this next bit is definitely nitpicking, but we commented on it in the first look and we thought we'd mention it here for posterity. The title and the subtitle are just too generic and didn't land with us at all. Third culture cooking is an extremely broad term, essentially describing the food of any second generation immigrant, and as such doesn't really tell you very much about what to expect. And neither does classic recipes for a new generation. They're both technically descriptive of the contents of the book, but so broad that they could be slapped on all sorts of cookbooks and be exactly as accurate. Overall, the writing wasn't completely a slam dunk for us, but there's a lot to love here. So writing gets an 8. We usually say a book is worth the cover price if at least 50% of the recipes we try are smashes. And as we've established, this was a 100% smash rate book for both of us.
This is what I want American food to be like, you know? Like, to her point, fusion is Americans' inherent cuisine.
I think this is only the second out of the dozens of books we've reviewed to actually achieve that. And with the ease and convenience that most of these recipes entail, it's a no-brainer.
Such a breath of fresh air, honestly. I want more books like this. How do we get more like this?
But over the last week or so, this book took on even more importance for our family. And for that, I'm gonna pass you over to a guy who wants to tell you all about his little dumpies.
Okay, so there's a sad part of this story, and that is that the morning after we shot day 5, I woke up to a text from my dad letting me know that my stepsister, someone Sarah and I didn't really know, had passed. We immediately booked flights back home to Minnesota to feed my parents and siblings and anyone else who was around so they wouldn't have to worry about feeding themselves. And the reason I'm telling you that is because of the ease and scalability and the comforting nature of the food in third culture cooking, it was the first thing in the bag. When we got there, the first dish on the table was a riff on that gyoza, but we tweaked it to use Greek yogurt and off-the-shelf chili oil instead of the Labne and chili butter. We did kale chips in the oven so that we could make pan after pan of gyoza without stopping. It was an instant hit. My little brother and our nephews have been playing the new Mario Kart game where my favorite kart is called the Little Dumpy. So I called the dish Little Dumpies to make them laugh, and the name stuck. We made a ton of other dishes that people loved, many from third culture cooking, some of our friends' recipes, some of our own, but for the rest of our time there was a standing request for more Little Dumpies. Picky eaters loved Little Dumpies, people who were hesitant about the very concept of kale were eating the chips off the tray, and people who will tell you that they don't like sauces were using dumplings to scrape up the yogurt and chili oil. It's the perfect example of where a plate full of freezer dumplings goes from getting food on a plate to taking care of people. A week later, a quick riff on a recipe that we had just been introduced to is as meaningful to our family as my grandma's pie, and I'm still getting texts saying, made some more Little Dumpies. This is exactly what Zaynab was saying about how food cultures change. All of cooking is just a riff on a riff on a riff, and the stuff that sticks is because it found people at the right time. So we asked Zaynab if she'd mind us sharing the recipe for Little Dumpies with y'all, and she approved and let us publish the original too. So those are both up over on cultflav.com. Maybe they can be a part of your family's cuisine too.
Value is a 10. And that brings our initial cult score for third culture cooking to 9.2. This book has a lot to say, and Zaynab does a fantastic job saying it, especially through her food. Her recipes aren't just delicious, but convenient and approachable and comfortable too.
It's days like this that I feel really good about doing this project.
If you're looking for a book to help you level up your approach to building flavors, this is a great pick. But even if you just want to elevate your weeknight routine while using pantry staples as the base, I think you'd enjoy having this book on your shelf. If you cooked out of this book and you want to leave your own review of it, or you want to pick up a copy, we've got links in the description alongside links to the recipes Bryn mentioned. And as always, thank you to all of our subscribers who help us make these reviews. Up next, we are working on a massive blender review, which you may have spotted in the background throughout this review. We're currently putting 18 of them through their paces, and that'll be up in about a month. If you're interested in helping us make these reviews sustainable, cultflav.com/subscribe.